You've seen the viral tutorials. You've saved the 30-second clips. And as a professional makeup artist who has spent 20 years in the trenches of the wedding industry, I have to tell you something you probably don't want to hear. You're being set up to fail. Those videos, those influencers, they aren't giving you the whole story. And the gaps in their advice are wide enough to ruin all of your wedding photos forever. In this episode, I'm not just going to point out what's going wrong. I'm going to pull back the curtain on the 5 biggest, most disastrous mistakes I see with DIY wedding makeup. And more importantly, I'm going to share the one thing you should do instead to make sure you look and feel absolutely perfect on your big day with zero regrets. Let's get loose. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Loose Lip Podcast. My name is Kelsey Ray, and I will be the MUA whose brain we will be picking today. All right, let's just get this out of the way first. I am not, I repeat, not anti-DIY. I think it's incredibly empowering for a bride to feel confident enough to do her own makeup. It's your wedding day. It's about you, your partner, and your rules. If doing your own makeup feels right for you, I support that 100%. But, and this is a real big but, I want you to go into it with your eyes wide open. For the last 2 decades, my entire job has been making sure brides look and feel like the best versions of themselves, from the first photo to the last dance. I've seen it all, and I've fixed it all. I've been in the humid church basements and the windy outdoor tents and the dimly lit reception halls. What works and what doesn't work for my clients here in the Pacific Northwest. And I don't want all of your effort to turn into a complete disaster on one of the biggest days of your life. The problem with the rise of social media beauty gurus is that it's created this dangerous illusion that a 60-second video can replace years of professional, on-the-ground experience. It can't. Those tutorials are often filmed in controlled studio lighting, probably with a filter, and they're cut before the makeup has had a chance to live on the face for more than 10 minutes. Your wedding day is a 12-hour or more, high-emotion, all-weather marathon. It is a completely different battlefield than online. So please, don't think of me as someone telling you to not do it. Think of me as your seasoned friend in the industry, giving you the loving dose of reality that you need before you make a decision you might regret. So, with that being said, let's walk through the 5 biggest pitfalls I see DIY brides fall into time and time again. Pitfall number 1, the practice run illusion. The first and foremost common mistake is totally underestimating the trial run. You might think, I'll practice a few times and I'll get it right. But what does practice actually mean? For most DIY brides, it means sitting in their bathroom, following some tutorial they're watching from TikTok, and taking a selfie in the one spot with the perfect lighting. That isn't a practice run. That is a dress rehearsal for a play that will never be performed. A real trial run has to simulate the marathon of your wedding day. You have to test for longevity. When I first book with a client and they decide that they want to do a trial, I let them know it is not going to be a couch potato day. It is not going to be a day where you just get your hair and makeup done and then sit around and look pretty for a few hours and then take it off. I require, if not just request, that we do it earlier in the day so that you have an entire day to go out and do things that will be similar to the same activities you would do on your wedding day. So if you are hiking up a mountain or you are doing something that is more physically active on your wedding day, I want you to go do similar activities. Do something where you can do the same kind of activities and see how the longevity of the makeup wears. Same thing happens with people that are DIYing. You cannot just put it on for an hour, get your good lighting in the bathroom, and take a selfie and hope for the best on your big day. There's so much that goes into planning your products and making sure that they last with you throughout your entire day. Pitfall number 2, the environmental gamble. This brings me to the next section, which is completely ignoring your environment. Let's say you find a stunning tutorial for a dewy, glowy looking skin. This looks incredible in the influencer and in her studio. But your wedding is in July, outdoors, in 90-degree heat with 80% humidity. I promise you that dewy glow will turn into a greasy, melted mess in about 30 minutes or less. Or maybe it's the opposite. You're having a winter wedding and you follow a tutorial that uses a lot of heavy matte powders, just because you normally on an everyday like the more matte finish. Your makeup is now cracked, settling into every fine line and making your skin look like a desert. I call this the environmental gamble. Brides fall in love with a look without even thinking 1 second about the season, the weather, or the venue that they're getting married at. I worked with a bride a few years ago, I'm not going to name names, and I ended up doing just her wedding party because she wanted to do her own hair and makeup. Totally fine. She wanted these long, loose Hollywood waves and a soft, smoky eye. I gently, from the sidelines, tried to explain to her that the wind and the sea spray might be a problem for a style like that, but she was confident. On the day, the wind was relentless, her beautiful waves got totally tangled up and you could see her clip-in extensions. Before she even got to the altar, it was a big old jumbled fucking mess. The salty air made her mascara run, giving her these kind of like subtly tear streaks down her makeup. And as she said, I do, you could just see every movement in her face. She spent the rest of her day feeling self-conscious and consistently trying to fix her hair and dab under her eyes. I received an email after that wedding apologizing, which she did not need to do by any means, saying that she wished that I would have been able to help her since it was her big day. But she was a little too confident and a little too prideful to be able to say that she needed the help. The weather isn't some minor detail. It's a main character in your wedding story, and it should dictate your product choices. I have probably 70% of my clientele that come into Washington and Oregon for elopements from other states. And the shitty thing about the Pacific Northwest is that our weather can change at the drop of a hat. It can be raining at 9 a.m., it could be snowing by noon, it could be 100 degrees by 5 p.m. You do not know the experience of the Pacific Northwest if you have not lived here and or visited quite often. The experienced artist will ask about your venue and the time of year and if you'll be indoors or outdoors before they even pick up a brush. They have the mental catalog of which products fail in humidity and which ones stand up to the wind. An online video is one size fits all recommendations that ignore the most unpredictable factors of your day. If you are coming from out of town and coming to the Pacific Northwest, hell, the West Coast for that matter, please check in on the weather conditions of that season that you're going to be getting married, that month you're going to be getting married, and in particularly that week you're going to be getting married. Pitfall number 3, product mismatching. The third pitfall is a technical one, and one that most professional artists will probably preach the most about. But it causes some of the biggest disasters, and that's the product mismatching. You can have the most expensive, highly rated products in the world, but if they do not play well together, you're going to have a mess. The classic mistake is mixing a silicone-based primer with a water-based foundation. Think something that blurs your pores and creates a nice smooth canvas for the paint, and the paint is more like a tinted serum foundation. It's like oil and water. Those don't mix. The foundation will literally pill up, separate, and slide right off your face because the two formulas are chemically repelling each other. Another huge issue is using products that aren't designed for photography. Your daily foundation might look great, but many contain ingredients like certain SPFs, titanium dioxide, or zinc oxide. When a camera flash hits them, the light bounces back, creating a kind of ghostly white cast. Suddenly, you look 3 shades lighter, and your neck and your body are not the same color. It's a dead giveaway for somebody who's DIYing their makeup. On the flip side, products labeled radiant can look gorgeous in natural light, but under camera flash, they read really oily and sweaty. I remember one time I got an emergency call from a wedding photographer friend of mine, and the bride had done her own makeup and looked beautiful in all the natural light and the getting ready photos and everything. But the second that he used flash for indoor portraits, Her face glowed like Gasper the Friendly Ghost. He showed me his camera, and she was shockingly pale compared to her bridesmaids. And the culprit behind it was a popular HD powder that's notorious for flashbacks. If you use more of a microscopic amount, it's fine. But she baked under her eyes, which is a very common, trendy thing I hate so much. And it became a total disaster. She had seen it on a tutorial and she thought, this is going to be perfect for my photos. On camera, it was a disaster. We had to wash her face and start all over, and delayed the entire wedding for almost an hour. A pro understands cosmetic chemistry. In a lesson, you can learn to audit your makeup bag and what will work and what causes a catastrophe and the recommended photo-friendly alternatives. It's not brand snobbery that we're trying to project to people. It's just actual science. Pitfall number 4, and this one pisses me off. The more is more fallacy. This one is such an easy trap to fall into. It's your wedding day and you want to look special and elevated, but you never wear makeup. And so you're thinking kind of the rule of thumb that we have been taught since probably the 80s, that the more makeup you have, the more durable and defined for photos it will be. So you do what seems logical and you add more and more and more. More foundation for more coverage, more powder to set it, more eyeliner, more blush. And before you know it, you're wearing a clown mask. The mask is heavy and cakey, and in the worst cases, it actually makes you look older. This more is more fallacy comes from the misunderstanding of what photo ready really means. It's not about piling on product, it's about strategic application and using the right products. For example, instead of thick layers of heavy foundation, a pro might use lighter formula and apply it in thinner layers and stippling it into the skin. They might use a fuller coverage concealer in spots that they only need coverage so that the entire face looks even in color. This creates coverage without the weight, instead of packing powder all over and then using a finely milled translucent powder to apply it where you might be shiny. It's too much. Your skin can't breathe, and thus it starts to produce more oil to push it through and out to get the makeup off your face. And by the end of the day, you look like a thick, frosty mess. This also goes for DIY people doing their own makeup. You do not need 18 different products to create a you but elevated look. The goal is to always look the best, most radiant version of yourself. And the good pros are trained to see how to enhance a specific bone structure. They know how to define eyes without making them look smaller. It's not about more makeup, it's about the technique. The lessons that you can learn from online tutorials or from beauty gurus is something that is going to work solely for studio photography and lighting and fashion shows. It's not for naturally enhancing photography and lighting. I'm sorry, this is my soapbox. This is the hill I will die on. It's just not going to work for these types of situations. Pitfall number 5, the absence of a contingency plan. So your makeup's done. You look incredible, right? You're about to walk down the aisle, but then you start crying, and you're crying happy tears, hopefully. You're kissing your spouse. You're hugging everyone. You're eating, you're drinking, you're dancing for 3 hours. What do you think your makeup's going to look like at the end of that? If you don't have a touch-up plan, the answer is probably going to be not that great. Unless you're using the specific products that you should, which most people are not educated on, you're going to need a touch-up kit or some sort of contingency plan. The final, most overlooked pitfall is not having something to maintain. Things will happen. Lipstick wears off. Tears can make concealer crease because, wow, your eyeball moves and you're going to blink, so skin's going to crease. Sweat and oil create shine because you've been sweating and dancing, and that's how your skin breathes, so it's going to inevitably happen. The professional makeup artist doesn't just apply your makeup and disappear. Usually the good ones will give you a small touch-up kit or something that has lip color in it for retouching or some blotting papers. More importantly, they're going to tell you and your bridesmaid or whoever's taking care of you for the day exactly how and when to use the products in the touch-up kit. One of the saddest things I see is makeup declining in a wedding album. You can start at the beginning and see everything looking amazing and flawless for the ceremony photos, and by cake cutting, their lipstick is gone, except for like a faint little shadow, or there's a dry ring around the edge. Their T-zone is shiny like a beacon. And under eyes, the concealer has settled into lines after hours of smiling. And no good friend has helped her out. She looks tired. Not because she is, but because her makeup has kind of given up on her. A solid contingency plan is non-negotiable. At a minimum, you need a small kit with blotting papers. It's way better than caking on more powder, to be honest. Your exact lip color, a travel size setting spray to refresh everything, a few Q-tips for cleanup around the mouth and under the eyes. This is another area where a pro lesson is a game changer. Because most of the time when people are DIYing their looks for themselves, or they have a friend do it who's great at their own makeup but doesn't have the correct products to maintain the whole wedding day, having a professional help you will help you build the perfect personalized touch-up kit, or something that is going to last for the whole day and give you pointers and tips. They can teach your maid of honor or whoever's helping you those tips and tricks and have them on hand, so it's one less thing you have to think and worry about. The random videos give you the look for the moment. A professional gives you a strategy for the entire day. So after hearing the pitfalls that I listed and all of these potential disasters, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh shit, you're a little discouraged, and I understand. I'm with you. I'm here for you. You might think hiring a professional for the whole day is your only option, and maybe that's not in your budget, or it just doesn't feel right to you. But that's not my message I'm trying to give you here. The ultimate solution to this, the secret weapon for anybody that wants to do their own look, isn't to give up on the idea. It's just approach it from a smarter angle. Please save yourself the stress and the distress. The solution is to invest, if you can, in a one-on-one lesson with a professional makeup artist. Product recommendations, tips, and ideas, things that are personalized to you. That is the solution I'm trying to give you. You can do this on your own, and you can do it with confidence. Think about it. For a fraction of the cost of a full day booking, you are hiring a professional's brain. That is what most artists charge for anyway. You get all their years of experience, their product knowledge, and their technical skills, but tailored specifically for your face, your skin, your wedding, and your style. A YouTube video is a generic broadcast to millions. A lesson is a private consultation all about you. Even asking online forums and Facebook groups what suggestions they have for products, that's not specifically for you. Nobody is the same. We are all individual snowflakes. But that's very honestly true in this situation. Somebody can suggest something for you, and they live in the same town, they got married in the same season, but that result that you'll be getting with the products that they use could be completely different on your big day, and you don't want to chance that. In that session with a professional, you can bring your inspiration photos and your own makeup bag. The artist will show you step by step how to create your dream look on your face to your specs. They'll write down the product lists of things to replace or things to get that you might need for your wedding morning timeline, and teach your bridesmaid or somebody that's with you, even if you want to bring someone, how to do the quick touch-ups. They'll show you how to finally nail that winged liner on your specific eye shape and help you build the emergency kit of your dreams. Hiring a professional to do a professional's job, but in a different setting, is a perfect solution. You walk away not just with a pretty look, but with knowledge and confidence and a personalized plan that's nailed to you for your wedding day. You get rid of the guesswork, the risk, and all of the anxiety. It is the single best investment to bridge the gap between wanting to do it yourself and making sure it is done right. Your wedding day is one of the most photographed days of your life. There are no do-overs. And if you wanted a do-over, it's going to cost you exponential amounts of money. While the idea of doing your own makeup is appealing, the risks of going in unprepared are huge. You risk not looking like yourself, makeup that melts away over the day, and photos full of flashback that you'll be stuck with forever. The pitfalls we've talked about today, the practice red illusion, the environmental gamble, the product mismatch, the more is more fallacy, and having no backup plan, I've seen them happen to countless amazing, well-intentioned people. The internet is a wonderful tool for inspiration, but it's a terrible substitute for personalized professional expertise. So if you're thinking about DIYing your own hair and makeup for your wedding, I truly encourage you to do it. I really do, but with the best possible safety net. Invest in yourself. Invest in your peace of mind. Book a lesson with a local trusted makeup artist, somebody who is highly recommended and knows what they're doing. It's the one thing that will guarantee you the skills and the confidence to look and feel as incredible as you deserve, from the first step down the aisle to the very last dance. I would like to say thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful journey we went down today. If you found this dose of reality helpful, please give the video and the episode a like and subscribe for more pro insights from my 20 years of wedding world experience. And if you're a past bride or you did your own makeup for an event, I would love to hear about it. I want to hear the goods, the bads, the beautifuls, and the uglies, all in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and follow on all listening platforms: Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and renderingbeauty.com/podcast. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.